My name is Robin Metcalfe. I am a Master of Social Work student at the University of British Columbia, Okanagan. My practicum placement was with the Canadian Institute for Inclusive Citizenship.
My name is Rachelle Hole. I'm an Associate Professor at UBC Okanagan in the School of Social Work, and I'm co-director of the UBC Canadian Institute for Inclusion and Citizenship. It was a great opportunity to have Robin come and work with us, looking at developing online modules that will help inform health researchers who are interested in partnering with the disability communities and/or the deaf community.
The placement that I took was one that allowed me to be able to prepare an online resource that's accessible for researchers in the health sector, but it's also accessible to the public so that people can learn a little bit more about how to be more inclusive of deaf and disabled folks as partners in health research.
So we had a deaf community partner working with us, Mari Klassen, and Robin, Mari, and I basically took the lead on developing the content for the deaf modules that we created. So one was around the importance of culture and language. One was on the history of deafness in kind of North American context. And one was on being an ally and how to partner with the deaf community.
We were actually experiencing some of the direct impacts of the lack of inclusion of deaf and disabled folks in health research and health decision making. And so in the course of that pandemic unfolding here and the kinds of responses that were taking place in real time around us, it was clear that deaf and disabled folks weren't being included. There were instances where communications weren't being made in languages that would be accessible to everybody, certainly not accessible to deaf folks under certain circumstances and in certain areas. There were different kinds of policies that were imposing some limitations on the participation and the sense of safety and the access to health care. This practicum allowed me a lot of space to be able to be leading my learning, but doing so in a very supportive way. So we had regular conversations, and that was to make sure that the sort of landscape of my practicum was meeting my learning goals and that I had lots of opportunities to be able to pick up on directions that were becoming salient and interesting.
I don't view being a mentor as a one-way relationship. I think that I have a lot to learn from the students who work with me, and that's a really important part of how I go about mentoring is just that it's a bi-directional and it should be a reciprocal relationship and process.